Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our Narrow Road podcast, where I, Amanda Williams, your host, and Avery Williams, your co-host, are living out a countercultural life. And we're inviting you to join us. We're so glad you're here.
Hello, everybody. I am back, and I have another guest with me. It is Aden.
Hello.
Okay, so I've been trying to get him on since June, but he's an adult and life is busy. So finally, today is the day. He had a little bit of time. He's like, Mom, I can do the podcast today. So are you ready for this?
Yes, thank you for having me on.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you. Okay, so I have collected questions from people. I put, one of those little boxes on Instagram and I took some questions. But before we launch into those, why don't you give us a little snapshot of what life looks like for you these days?
Yeah, so I am working for our family business. I recently got promoted to project manager of our company. So yeah, that kind of looks like I am in charge of doing the estimates for our company, communicating with clients, making sure they're happy with our work, managing projects that we're working on currently, and a lot of other things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Did you ever think? It's just kind of a variety job, isn't it?
Yes, but it's been fun. So.
Good, and you're doing a great job. And I know it's been really helpful for Dad and myself. You do a lot of administration too, which I'm thankful for. And that will come in handy this fall when we get back to school. So, okay, so many questions came in for you. You're like, whoa, there's so many questions. So some people wanted to know about your growing up years. So I kind of put those all in a little lump here. So first one, what was it like growing up in a homeschool family?
Yeah, so definitely not typical household. It's
right.
definitely different. But yeah, it's been good. Lot of reading, a lot of spending time with family.
And maybe we should tell them too. So for your first, let's see, how old were you when the little kids were adopted? 16?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. So for your first 11 years, it was just you and Aves.
Yep.
And you guys would be like, you're my only classmate.
Yeah.
And then we added more, but you were kind of at an age where you weren't sitting at the table doing all the same work.
No, that was more of more independent things. More of when you get when you do classical conversations, it's more of sitting down with your teacher and the teacher teaches you. And then when you get into the challenge, which is 7th grade and up, that's more of you have a list of things to do, and you're in charge of your own schedule, and it's more of managing your time well. And so that's what I was doing when the kids were adopted. And, And
I think we did do family read alouds to try to connect you all.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I still spent time with the family, but it was...
School looked different.
Yeah, school looked
different.
different.
Basically, your schooling scenario was you and Aves.
Yeah.
And then they have their own schooling scenario without you and Avery because we weren't all at the table at the same time.
Yeah.
But you're right. A lot of readings. That was always good.
Yes.
Okay, looking back, what do you appreciate most about your childhood was a question. Or do you appreciate your childhood?
Yes, I do. I remember getting done with school very early in the day, and that was my time to go outside and enjoy nature and play with my sister on the playground. And
there were no neighborhood kids at that hour.
No neighborhood. It was just me and Avery, and we would make up so many games together, and we'd have the whole day. It was like summer all over again.
Yep. And if you weren't feeling well, a lot of people probably didn't know, but you had really bad asthma since you were a baby. So during the times you had to stay in, I just remember you guys playing Monopoly for hours.
Yeah.
Monopoly, all the games, building Legos, all of that. It was so fun to watch you guys do together. Okay. Was there anything about homeschooling that you did not appreciate until you were older?
I remember there were some times where I was very confused, but there
was a season where he thought we ruined his life.
Yeah, that was my teenage. Well, beginning of teenage years.
And it was COVID too. That was hard.
Yeah,
It was really
COVID
hard.
was really hard.
Mhm.
You couldn't go see your friends
Mhm.
and that was when I I had FOMO, a fear of missing out. I know I was just starting band and football at the time,
Mhm.
and all my friends would be like hanging out or like just doing stuff together, and I
Mhm.
would be at home,
Yeah.
and that was like so that was difficult for me, but I think realizing what like school they had been going to, like they were
Mhm.
stuck in a building for like 8
Mhm.
hours a day,
Mhm.
and homeschool is I can go wherever I want to do
Yeah.
school.
You can go to the bathroom when you
Yeah.
want. You can eat what you want. Yeah. That's so
So,
true. And I think there is a misconception. Would you agree that when you're homeschooled, you see no one?
yeah.
And I think a lot of times we felt, even when you were younger, like, yes, there were lonely times for sure, for you guys. But I think even when you were lonely, we felt kind of overwhelmed by all the options.
Yeah.
Like, we can go here, we can go here. There's this field trip, there's this going on.
Mhm.
There was a lot of people we could hang out with, but we did have work to accomplish.
Yeah.
And so that was hard finding a balance. And then I think as you guys got older, we had gotten the work portion down.
Mhm.
And then it was like, okay, I can't drive yet.
Yeah.
It's COVID. I don't get to see or talk to anybody
Mhm.
because our community, we did have a community day,
Yeah.
and then you guys would do fun like overnights and
Yeah.
go, where was it? You guys used to go Clear Lake, laser tag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So once COVID, that kind of all shut down.
Mhm.
So it wasn't even so much about your school day, wouldn't you think?
No,
It was just like,
it was just
yeah.
lack of seeing my
Mhm.
friends, and
Yeah.
it was just a weird time.
Mhm.
But realizing after, high school and just like things, public schoolers had to go through
Mhm.
is I just realized how grateful I was for homeschooling and,
Mhm.
just the opportunity I had.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. And I think Avery would agree with you that like when you start meshing in with the high school, like for sports or different extracurriculars, there's so many blessings in that. But then you also haven't been, like Avery would share a lot, like, oh, they have an inside joke and I wasn't there for that. So you kind of had these little pangs of being left out.
yeah,
And so that makes sense because you're just not part of that,
part of that
everyday
group. Yeah.
experience of that group. So
Yeah.
it is hard, I think. But as you've gotten to be an adult, I think you've integrated just fine. So,
Yes.
and you did great in college too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What are some of your favorite family memories?
So many.
Oh.
So many. There would be times where we would, take the day and just go to Ames,
Mm-hmm.
visit our
Mm-hmm.
grandparents, and go, to Hickory Park.
Mm-hmm.
That was such an amazing time.
Mm-hmm.
Just the flexibility you had with, being homeschooled, you could just
Mm-hmm.
skip day or school for the day,
Mm-hmm. Or
and
car school. Remember
car
car school?
school, night school,
Yeah.
early morning
What'd we do for
school.
night school? Do you remember? Tell them what that is in case they don't know.
Yeah, so sometimes we'd have a busy day, so mom would be like, it's night school, or we're having night school tonight. So she would get glow in the dark, glow sticks
Yep.
and, fun party decorations and snacks. And then we would whip out our school in about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
That was fun.
sometimes we would watch a movie or
Yeah.
something afterwards. But
Mm-hmm.
it was just a good time to
Yeah.
get school done at
Give
a
it
different hour.
push. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to make it fun even when we had to do hard things. But
Yeah.
okay, so then if we move on to the academics and learning, somebody had just made mention, I know you would never say this on the podcast, but you did graduate with honors and you had quite a bit of recognition in college as well. They wanted to know, with all that you achieved, what habits helped you succeed?
I think one of the main goals or one of the main habits that helped me succeed was just staying disciplined in my work.
Mhm.
I know there were so many times where like there would be so many like assignments that I would get swamped up, but then I would be
Mhm.
like, I got to get this done and we can just keep going,
Mm-hmm.
take one part at a time, and that
Mm-hmm.
really helped me.
Yeah.
And just looking back and seeing like all that I accomplished is just like insane
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
classical conversations is not easy on you
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is fun, but
Mm-hmm.
it is a huge workload for,
Yeah.
just a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially Latin.
Yeah.
Latin was definitely a workload for me,
Mm-hmm.
but, just enjoying the work that
Mm-hmm.
you got to do and just like taking the time and just understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
That helped me a lot because, there there'd be some times where I'd be like, I just want to get this done,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not really the point in learning.
Yeah.
It's learning
Mm-hmm. To
and
have
like
a love for
understanding
learning.
it. So
Mm-hmm.
once I understood it, it became a lot more
Enjoyable. Yeah.
enjoyable and interesting. So
Mm-hmm. I do remember you had that switch kind of like between your freshman and sophomore year. You were very task oriented and you would just mark the box. And then I remember after about a year or year and a half of that, there was this maturity that came in you where you were like, Mom, I really want to enjoy what I'm learning. And so you kind of slowed down your pacing. I don't know if you remember this pivotal moment, but I just remember you telling me, you're like, the point is that I would enjoy this. I'm going so quickly, I can't even digest what I'm learning. And then I just saw you slow down, kind of move deeper into the curriculum, and I just saw you blossom, and you were still able to complete your goals.
yeah,
Um, and so that was really cool. So yeah, we definitely don't want kids to lose their love for learning by pushing too hard, but you were already pretty disciplined as
yeah,
natural. So
definitely.
the next person asked, were you naturally gifted academically, or did you think you just learned how to work hard?
Uh, I th I think it's more of just working hard.
You are very intelligent,
Oh,
though.
thank you. But just like I said, having that discipline and
Mm-hmm.
just, putting your foot down and just
Yeah.
getting it done while
Mm-hmm.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
That really helped me throughout my years of high school and, just
Mm-hmm.
um math one of the things I really enjoyed, and this is like debatable for some people, was math.
Yep.
I really enjoyed math a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed, all the rules and all the um
Uh,
they were like little puzzles you had to,
yeah.
complete. And I mean, I even see like the equations I used today in work where, sometimes we have
Mm-hmm.
to square up a wall, a corner, and we have to use the Pythagorean theorem.
Mm-hmm.
And,
What? You actually do use math?
yeah, it's crazy. It's
Everybody's like,
insane.
when am I ever going to use this?
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's good to know.
yeah, no, yeah, so like I said, just getting work done and,
Mhm. Enjoying it.
enjoying it along the way too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go down to choosing a different path. So, this is our narrow road podcast, so you come by it honestly. Choosing a different path. So many people may have expected you, because this is what you've talked about since you were a little boy. You were going to go on and be an engineer or an architect, and you never changed your mind until you had 1 year in college. So what led you to join the family business after just 1 year of college?
Yeah, so, I'd spent all this time working hard and,
Mm.
studying, and there became one point where I was just like, I just want to start doing stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was obviously ready for, the 5 years I would spend in architecture or
Yeah.
engineering or whatever path I wanted to go down. But I just wanted to start my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really didn't want to be in debt.
Yeah.
So I just prayed about it and sought advice from people, and I
Mhm.
decided to make that decision.
Awesome. They wanted to know if it was a difficult decision or if you ever feel, pressure, like, oh, I should have done something different, or are you happy with your decision?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do get those like thoughts like, should I have gone to college or should
Mm-hmm.
I have, because most of my friends, they go to Iowa State. So it's really, I mean, it's nice to see them, but it's also like, I wish I was with them.
Right.
but I know they're here for the summer and I can go visit them whenever. And oh, sorry,
Our
our
dog
dog.
again. She likes to make an appearance every
Another guest
time. I'm so
experience.
sorry. So yeah, you wanna be with them, and so you wanna have the social opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also just, um, learning more and
Mhm.
enjoying what I
Mhm.
learned from high school.
Mhm.
But, I think this is just, my parents have taught me like a lot from just my school years, and I just want to get started. And,
Yeah, you're ready to launch.
I really enjoy what I'm doing right now,
Mhm.
and I can use those skills that I've used in my high school years
Mm.
towards, building and
Mm. Yeah, and I think too, you're still using that design, helping design I mean, there's so many times we come home and like, oh, so and so, wants us to design a pantry, or so and so wants this or that, and you are like very good, or helping clients pick out what color to do their homes. And I mean, you still, I think, if you, I don't know if you would agree, but I see you using that design element still without having to have a degree to do so. I don't know if you
yeah,
would think so. And then using the math, like you said, even building the walls and all that. So it's been cool to see how God's used that path, that foundation he laid, for you to be able to still use those things.
yeah. I really enjoy just well, my dad has taught me how to design. We have a tool that we use online that helps us design like what type of siding people
Mm,
want, or like
mm-hmm,
what kind of windows.
mm-hmm,
And it's cool designing, using that area of design
mm-hmm.
to help people like
Visualize.
visualize, yeah,
Yeah.
what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I really enjoy
Yeah,
doing.
and you and I are both very visual people, so I think wouldn't you agree? There's a lot of people who want to do things to their homes, or they want to build or add on or choose a color, but they're kind of stuck because they can't see it.
Yeah.
And so you being able to use that gift to help them visualize what the
Hmm.
end project will look like is such a gift to them. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Okay. For leadership in work. So as we talked about, you're managing projects and people at only 21 years old. So what has that been like so far?
Um, yeah, it has definitely been a challenge.
Mhm. No
I,
more Mr. Nice
no
Guy.
more I have had to put my foot down on some things, but it's part of the job,
Mhm.
and we have to get like tasks done during the day, and we have to just kind of be like disciplined, like I said. And that's one thing that I'm working on, because it's really hard to tell people like what to do, or
Especially if they're older than you,
yeah,
right?
especially if
Mhm.
they're older than me, or just bossing them around, because
Mhm.
it kind of feels weird. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's my job, and we have things to accomplish during the day. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really cool to watch you grow, because you are by nature a very tender-hearted, kind, servant-hearted person. And so to tell somebody to do something, or to think you might make them mad, I think was hard for you. The first part, don't you think?
yeah,
That was hard. But I've seen this last summer, I think we had a couple of subcontractors who were amazing, but we had kind of a little bit of a language barrier, and they had some experience that they wanted to do things a little bit differently than how we do them. And I saw you really do a great job of like, this is how we do things. And this is, you're contracted under us. And they like were really submitted to you, and they were
yeah,
older men. So that was
yeah.
really cool. You did a great job.
Thank you.
All right. So let's see. How do you earn respect from people who have much more life experience? So for instance, those gentlemen that were older, they had some different experience. How do you think that you gained their respect? Or do you think you did? I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Um, I just think just working hard
Mm-hmm.
and showing your work ethic,
Modeling for them.
during the job. I think that helps a lot. Also, kind of knowing what you're doing, having the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Dad has taught me a lot over the last 9 years,
Yeah.
10 years that I've been working with him. So I kind of know the ins and outs. Now there could be like other ways that people have like methods of getting the job done, but when you're leading a project, you have to learn like, what does the boss say,
Yeah.
like if he tells you to do this, then we got to do this.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yeah. I think you did a great job
yeah.
making sure that Dad's methods were working throughout. And yeah, you can't, I mean, all the methods are great, but if you are all around a different method, then we don't get to our goals. So
Yeah.
you need a leader to take
Also,
charge.
also having confidence in what you're saying and doing is also, that helps a lot.
Even over Google Translate.
Yeah, Google Translate. They should have a button where they have like, they should tell you like loudly or
I'm serious.
yeah.
Get my tone. That's
Voice tones.
Yes. Okay, let's see. So we've already talked about you handling stress and difficult conversations. That was one of the questions, and you've just risen to the challenge. You talked a lot about lessons that Dad has taught you that you'll carry for life, unless there's anything else in particular that stands out, or maybe there's something you've taught Dad, by working together. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. I think just communicating.
Yeah.
Communicating is good.
I think you've been calming for him.
Yeah.
I think he feels less alone.
Yeah, I can tell that, he enjoys having people working with him, and, it is a hard job to do by yourself. Just this morning I was helping him put up balls, and I can't imagine him doing it all by himself. So
which he's done for a long time.
Yeah, which he has, but yeah, I think it's nice to have someone else on the job site who can, think of other ideas.
Yeah.
And like, we might get to a point where like, I think we should do it this way, or I think we should do it this way. But then like communicating that together and finding a job, or like finding a solution.
Yeah.
That would work.
So it's nice for him to have someone to bounce ideas off of and
Yeah.
share their ideas.
Yeah.
And
it's nice to have communication on the job site.
Yep. And you guys do that really well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's jump to living counterculturally. Somebody asked, how was that first legal drink? So that's assuming you had an illegal drink.
Well, I have not had an illegal drink before. But
a legal drink wasn't so much fun, was it?
No, I'm kind of glad that, I just got to try it, but it was not, it was really bad.
What was the first thing you tried?
Well,
or I guess the only thing you tried. What was it? I can't remember. You were trying to go for a daiquiri or something. No, margarita. Strawberry margarita.
Yeah, I on my birthday, we went as a family to this really good lake house, or not lake house, restaurant by the lake. And it had rooftop. Well, first of all, it was bingo night that night, and I thought it would be nice and quiet.
This is a fancy restaurant too, so we were like, what is going on?
This is like a high tier restaurant, and construction bingo was going on, and it was apparently really, I mean, it was really loud.
It was so loud.
I thought it would be like, B7 or B, with all old people, and I mean, anyone could play bingo, but
right. You just thought it would be a little more calm.
Yeah, but I think it was really loud. But I got a steak and a strawberry margarita, and I thought it would taste like, a strawberry lemonade, or strawberry slushy.
Yeah.
But that was not the case.
And you always make the best spaces too.
Yeah. Yeah, with when I was when I had asthma, they would give me like cough medicine, and it just tasted the worst. And And I think that's what it tasted like. That's the best thing. That's the best thing that I could describe it to.
Oh my goodness. So do you see enjoying a drink now and then in your future?
Not really.
Unless you can find something that you can tolerate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What is one decision you've made that most people your age just don't understand?
Like I said, not going to college is a big
Mhm.
one. Um, I don't think college is a bad thing.
Mhm.
I think, you can get a lot of good degrees with that. Or like,
Mhm.
I mean, say you want to be a doctor or
Mhm.
like an engineer, you have to have those degrees
Right.
to do that job. But for my case, I don't see a degree coming.
You don't have to be certified to
Yeah.
do what you're doing.
And with
Yeah.
our family business, it's a lot easier
Mhm.
to, be in that area, that field.
Mhm.
Also, my parents taught me just not to live in debt.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, some degrees you have to go to college,
Mhm.
but um, there's no need for me to go into debt right now. I mean,
Yeah.
with
Mhm.
my area of work. So
Mhm. Yeah. Yep, and that kind of goes into too another thing that I know even some of your friends have asked about, like, why do you still live at home?
yeah, yeah, that's another one.
Mhm.
I don't want to be spending, 500 a
Mhm.
month.
Mhm.
Um, because my goal is to save up for a house. I'm saving every dime
Mhm. So he
for.
doesn't want to live with us forever, people.
No.
We're not that fun.
It would be nice to have my
Mhm.
own
Yeah,
area.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Um, but no, I'm saving a lot for a house that I can flip or either
Mhm.
even just kind of build.
Yeah.
Since I have that skill of,
Mhm.
flipping
Yep.
houses. So
Yeah.
that's one of the goals that I'm really trying my hardest to save up
Mhm.
for.
Yeah, and we're happy that we're able to give you, the option to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't the case 10 years ago or whatever. So we're just happy that you're here. And we've
Yes.
told all of our kids they're welcome to stay as long as they need, as long as they have an end goal and they're working towards something and we see them putting forth effort, then we're so happy to help. So,
Thank you.
yes, you're welcome. What has brought you the greatest joy in this season of your life? So you're not stressed with school, you got a full-time job.
Just having that time
Mm-hmm.
to spend time with friends or
Mm-hmm.
work on my relationship with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Working hard, obviously.
Oh, and you have a new hobby. You want to tell them about your
Oh yeah. Yeah, I recently just bought a camera, because I really enjoy photography and
Mm-hmm.
I've always been taking pictures on my phone. And I decided one day it's time to upgrade. So I spent all
Mm-hmm.
this time researching on a
All
camera.
this time researching.
I had to get, the right one for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of hiking and, just being in nature and, spending time with friends. And I want to have those memories.
Yeah.
So that's a really good hobby that I've gotten into so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really enjoying it so far.
Very cool. Okay, so I think you tell me if you would agree. When you were in high school, do you think you would have thought success was maybe being perfect, getting all these awards, or doing your very best, being the best?
No.
No? What did you think success would have been in high school?
I
Or is
think,
it different than today? Would anything have
okay,
changed?
so probably going into high school, I thought, getting a good job,
Mm.
getting perfect grades,
Mm-hmm.
that was my idea of success. But
Mm-hmm.
now just getting out of college or,
Mm-hmm.
starting working with our business, I think success is just obviously prioritizing your time and um your area with Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
um building up good friendships,
Mm-hmm.
family relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and just enjoying the life you have right now.
Mm-hmm.
That that has changed for me.
Yeah.
That's what I see in success right now.
Yeah. And you've done so much just to like serve, and yeah, I've just seen a lot of change, and it's been really cool to see just how the Lord's used your time. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, on to that faith subject. Somebody had asked, what is your favorite Christian song that speaks to you?
I really enjoyed the song So Will I by I think it's Hillsong
Oh.
United or something like that. Hillsong.
Okay.
It talks about just the the mountains and the
Mm.
creation God has created
Mm.
and seeing how like that's his fingerprints
Mm.
and um how we're just like how the rocks like obeyed God and everything has and that just really puts it into perspective like how small we are but how big of a God he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy hiking like I said and just getting into nature and I kept listening to that song while we were climbing a mountain it was like last year
Mm-hmm.
and it really spoke to me like these ginormous mountains and these like beautiful trees like God has created in like a second or not even a second, you know.
Just spoke them into
Yeah, and
being.
it's his artwork and his design and it that's I just think that song is just
Mm-hmm.
really really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just I know I know that like like the song itself
Mm-hmm.
has so much meaning to it
Mm-hmm.
and you just have to like the melody and the words, you just have to take it all in. You'll have to give it a listen.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I do know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like even these things worship God, so will I.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that song.
Yeah.
I'm not good with titles of songs, so I never know what people are talking about. But when you were describing, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is so cool. One question was really neat. It's when did your faith truly become your own? So you accepted Christ when you were, do you remember how old? I think you were,
6.
yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so when did your faith become just your own?
Well, there was a time in my life, I think it was my sophomore year,
Mm.
I gotten really, really sick and um our doctor, um she gave me the wrong dose of medicine and it affected things in my mind
Mm.
and I was really in a pit of despair
Mm-hmm.
and depression.
Mm.
And I kept reading my Bible every day. And even, you know, with things going just with life being so dark,
Mm.
that was like the one thing I looked forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I just spoke kind of life into me, even though I'd been living in like this darkness. And after we got everything figured out and you know, I started to become myself again. I realized that this this was a trial that God was putting me in, and it really changed my perspective of, you know, just how I'd been living. And that's when I decided I truly wanted to like serve him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really hard season,
Yeah.
but really pivotal.
Uh-huh.
So going through hard things is not always bad,
Yeah.
just hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, that's really cool. Is there anything new that God's been teaching you recently that you can think of?
Um, yeah, to be more patient.
Patient. Well, sometimes, I guess with your siblings.
There have been some times where, you know, I want to get things done in life or, you know, I want to have this set of time for myself and, you know, God has just taught me just relax, take a deep breath, you know, just enjoy the time you have.
Yeah, so true.
But yeah,
That's
that's one
cool.
thing God has been trying to teach me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How do you stay spiritually grounded while working full time? That was another question.
Yeah, with these, I know last week it was really, really hot and I felt so tired. But I think Salt Company, in Ames has been really one thing that has been, you know, keeping me grounded. Also, I have a group that I meet with every week, and we go through, just it's an accountability group where we, stay true to each other, and we share our struggles and just things that we've been going through. And then we have a Bible study, and that has really been helping me a lot. Um, they've strengthened me a lot throughout the season, throughout my life, and it's just amazing to see like how much we've grown as a group together. And it's a group of, a small group of 3 guys, and it's nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really cool having them here every now and then, and you guys are out doing your activities and all your adventures, and that's been really cool to see that group
Yeah.
of guys stick together through all the things. Okay, so the last one in the faith section, is there a Bible passage that has especially shaped your life?
Yes. Like I said, when I was going through that trial that God put me in, um, I think Dad had talked to me in my room one time, and he had shared a verse with me. It was James 1:2-4, and it says, "Consider it a great joy, my brothers, when you go through various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its full effect. That way you may be complete and mature, lacking nothing." And that really helped me through that season of despair, and and I knew God was, well, after I knew God had, tested me, and he'd really given me that endurance and, endurance of faith. And that's helped me a lot. Just realizing, like, I was always wondering, like, why is God doing this to me? And, like, why is this happening to me? And that kind of gave me a really good answer. So
much value in our suffering, isn't there?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready for this? We're on
Yeah.
to what everybody wants to talk about, the dating with intention. I know you're a very private person and you don't want to spoil any surprises, but you might encourage somebody else by answering some of these. So, you always said you wanted to date only if marriage was the goal. So, where did that conviction come from?
Yeah, I had a lot of friends in my life where they would date for just the fun of it, or just, for their own personal needs. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's what God tells us. I see dating as, finding your future spouse,
Yeah.
for your future partner. And if you like date for fun or date for your personal needs, that could lead into a lot of hurt for the other person or even themselves. And it could just lead to catastrophe. And I think that, like, if you don't find your future spouse, there are like things you can do to let it down slowly and, you know, end it with mature reasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think if you talk about it at the beginning that you're both looking for your partner and you get to a point where you're like, hey, I don't think you're the right one, you can't really go wrong
right.
because God's designed someone for you and you don't want to hurt anyone. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's been really cool to see you walk that out. It's easy to say with your mouth, but it's hard to walk that out. So,
Definitely.
that's really cool. What qualities were you praying for a future wife?
So yeah, I really enjoy Proverbs a lot. And
Hmm.
the last chapter is just about, finding your wife and like the qualities you should look for. Well, not everyone has to look for them, but that's some of the qualities I look for in a wife. Hardworking, kind, compassionate, and that's, a lot of things I see in Grace. She's really hardworking, and she uh, her actions like tell or show that she's like serving the Lord with everything, and she's very kind, and she's very beautiful, and
Yeah.
she's awesome.
She's always putting people first.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
definitely.
Okay, somebody wanted to know, how did you guys meet?
Yeah, so this is actually assault. So one of my best friends knew one of her best friends, and they got introduced. My best friend got introduced to Grace, and we went to Salt together. And when I first saw her, I was like,
she's mine.
"She's mine." No,
Kidding.
she was a great friend, and we just spent a lot of time just talking, and we had the same interests, and she's really kind, and she was listening. She would listen to me, and then she would talk back.
Yeah.
Some girls don't like,
They don't talk.
they don't talk.
They're too nervous.
But no, she was kind when I met her, and it just went from there.
That's so cool. What first caught your attention about her? I guess you kind of explained just now.
Yeah, basically, just being kind and being friendly, and a lot of girls don't ask questions about like other people, and they just keep to themselves. But Grace was like, she was just like saw me as a really good friend, and
I remember you always telling me she's such a good listener, Mom.
Yeah,
she's such a good listener. So that was so cool.
She's also really funny, and she has an awesome personality.
She does. When did you realize this relationship was becoming serious? So not like, oh, we've been dating for a year, now we should get married serious, but like you guys started out as friends. You took a long time to start dating, much to our chagrin.
Yeah.
How did you know you were moving from friendship to that serious? Like, okay, I do think you might be my partner for life, and I want to move forward getting to know you better.
Yeah, so we got to talking, just, visiting, seeing what, our personalities and interests are like. And, I asked her if she wanted to go on a date with me, and she said, "No, I'm not ready," because she was working through some stuff, with her previous relationship. And I was like, "Okay, I'll wait." And about like a month or two in, and she was like, "Okay, I want to go on a date with you." And then I was like, I was not ready. So I was
now
like,
I'm scared.
Yeah, just give me some time. So then we spent some time, we would do Bible studies as friends together, and, just, visiting and getting to know each other. Then we started, seeing each other more often, and then I was ready, and then we talked about it, and then it went from there.
Yes, and I remember you got her like a little, not maybe like a little promise ring. I don't know what you'd call it, but you got her a little ring. You took her on this beautiful hike. You had your sister run ahead and set up a camera. Like, it's better than some people's proposals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you going to top this when you propose?
Some people actually thought it was her proposal, and
intentional.
Yeah, I had to keep telling people, no, she's just my girlfriend.
They're like, what? What are you going to do when you propose? And you're like, oh, I got plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. What is something that she has taught you over the last year?
Like I said, being more patient, and actually one of the things she's taught me is to have more fun in life. I'm more of a tasky person that wants to get things done, and she's a free spirit.
Yeah,
she loves to
relational.
Yeah, relational. She loves her love language is quality time. So we would, even if it's just like going to Target and walking around together, or sitting and talking, I always have a fun time with her.
That's awesome. How does that then? You mentioned love languages. How does that play into your communication with each other?
Yeah, so communication is really good in a relationship because, her love language is quality time. Mine is, I think it's just gifts. Yeah. So for example, there was one time I got her a really expensive gift for her birthday, and she was excited, but like not really that excited.
Not like you were expecting.
Not what I was expecting. And that was really confusing to me. And, we talked about it, and that's when I found out her love language was quality time. And then I saw why she wasn't as excited as I wanted her to, wanted it to be. But
she wasn't excited to receive it as you were to give it.
yes.
I'm the same with your dad. I learned that early on too. I was always buying him stuff. He's like, thanks. I'm like, what?
So I think communication is really good in relationships. That way you get to know the other person and, get to know their needs and what they enjoy.
And if you hadn't talked about it and expressed like, hey, that was confusing to me, you guys wouldn't have learned.
No.
That could have been a huge issue.
It could have led to arguments or... I don't think arguments are bad because they're good to, express feelings towards each other. But it helps, communication is really helpful in a relationship.
Yep. And then you know why the other person's doing what they're doing or not doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So. All right, one more relationship question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So, will there be a proposal in the near future?
There will be, but I'm not saying anything else.
Well, okay, how, on a scale from 1 to 10, how patient do I need to be?
7.5.
0.5. Okay, so I have to be really patient.
Yes.
Okay, but I can be excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not as like if you're going to get engaged, it's just when.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm happy about that.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you don't want to ruin anything. Okay, so looking ahead, where do you hope to be in 5 years from now? Those questions are always hard.
Yeah, I think one of my goals is obviously getting married, having a house. And, just continuing to build my relationship with Christ. So,
any little creatures you want to add to the mix?
Oh, yeah. I would really like to have a golden retriever named Bo, after my favorite quarterback for the Broncos. His name's Bo Nix.
And how does Grace feel about this?
She loves the idea.
Oh,
she wants a duck, a baby duck.
Oh.
And she wants to name him or her Quackers.
Quackers, that's cute. So you guys might need a farm?
Maybe. I don't know.
I see more animals in your future. And Grandma will take care of animals even if there's no children, just so you know. Okay. Let's see here. Looking ahead, what are you praying God builds into your future marriage? Is there anything that we can be praying for you, or what are you most looking for the Lord to do to grow you?
Yeah, so I'm praying that, God builds our relationship even more, that he just obviously protects it too, and that we would use our gifts to serve him. So yeah, prayer would be awesome. I think she wants to start a baking business in the future.
So cool.
So hopefully I'll get a lot of treats.
I forgot that's the thing you love most about her, that she bakes for you, right?
Yeah, she makes some good cookies.
You love your sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a rapid fire just for fun, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready? Coffee or tea?
Iced coffee.
Ooh, mountains or beach?
Mountains, obviously.
Okay, morning or night?
Morning.
All right, favorite family vacation?
For my senior trip, we went to North Carolina, and that was
so
a
cool.
lot of fun.
It was so fun. All right, favorite meal mom makes?
Sesame chicken.
Favorite meal dad makes?
Sushi.
Okay. Favorite sibling memory?
That's a good question. I have so many, but one that comes to mind is going to Minnesota with Avery.
Oh, yes.
We spent the day, well, she wanted to buy a car, and we went into this really sketchy part of Minnesota, and it was like the hood.
The language barrier and...
Yeah, the guy that we were talking to didn't know English, so we were using Google Translate, and then it was really hot that day, and then I was in the back seat, and I wasn't sure how
if you should be riding around with a stranger.
Yeah.
And
how cautious I should be.
Then there was she's got underneath and it was all rust or something.
Yeah, the guy had put spray foam or something to cover up stuff. It was really, really sketchy, but...
Well, I'm really glad you were there for her.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was...
Okay, funniest thing that's happened on the job site in the last decade, we'll say.
In high school, I don't know why. I still think on this to this very day. I was trying to take some siding down and hung on some window trim to try to get it down, and obviously it fell down and I fell like, 6 feet off the ground. It was, it was.
Did you hurt yourself?
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad.
Things you don't tell your mother until you're an adult.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Who's more punctual, you or Grace?
Me.
Okay. Who plans more?
Depends on the day, but me.
Okay. Who's more competitive?
Grace.
Grace.
Obviously.
Try playing cards with her. She'll make you cry.
Or pickleball.
Who's more likely to apologize first?
Grace.
Aw, who said I love you first?
Grace, like the second I asked her.
What's something your girlfriend does that always makes you smile? Oh.
Treats.
Yep.
Yep.
Sugar.
Yep.
Okay, which sibling is most likely to accidentally cause a small disaster?
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. Samson.
He's getting all the votes for these questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. The very last section here is just to reflect. Somebody asked, what have you learned since you graduated high school?
To enjoy life, not be so hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had things that I wanted to get done.
Yeah.
As fast as I could. And, I didn't have any time to do what I wanted, so.
Just lighten up a little.
Lighten up, yeah.
Enjoy life. Ooh, we're having a storm and we might lose electricity. What's one thing you hope to pass on to your own children from the way you were raised, was a question.
To have more family traditions. I know we have a bunch that we do, but, making our own and having that family time that, we can spend time together.
Awesome. Is there anything you hope to do differently as a husband or father one day?
Not really. Dad has done a great job.
Yes, he.
I can't think of anything right now.
That's awesome. What encouragement would you give to young adults who want to follow Christ in today's world? Final question.
Yeah, just finding a group of people that, will strengthen you and push you to become, strong in your faith. I know the friends I have right now, they've really helped me throughout my life. Or just, having someone to share life with. It's always good to talk about your feelings and just everything that you're going through, even if it's just something light.
Yeah.
Finding a good church with good ministry and
true to God's word.
Yeah, open community. And just prioritizing God first in your life. So
then everything else falls into place.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Aden, for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me.
To spend time with your mom. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.